So now, my favorite level, the great black hole of training. Second level is where we want to start to see some collection. And we have some pretty interesting versions of collection. We have collection which is very slow and very short. Some people think collect a trot, they read in the rule book that it should be a shorter stride. But what they don't continue on and read about the activity. And you have to think about everything we take away in length, we add in height. Okay, we add in elasticity and engagement and impulsion. So the collection, I think, is what gets everybody confused. And I always have riders and judges say, how much collection do you really need? And I guess for me, the easiest way to say it is if the rider in the ring can go through the movements and do the test with me sort of sitting in my chair, sipping my coffee, looking around going, oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, I'm not supposed to look around. I'm looking at the rider, but I'm relaxed. And I'm breathing, and I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm wondering what we're gonna have for lunch in an hour, you know, things like that. We always worry about our next feedings. And to me, that rider's gonna have a 60% or more, because I'm not gonna feel any stress. Now, on the other hand, if I'm sitting there on the edge of my chair going, oh my God, oh no, uh-oh, or I tell my script, I don't even have the words to describe what just happened. You know, I mean, you're just speechless because you've never seen anything like that before. Then I would say that's not going to be a very good score. Okay? So that's the best way for me to say how much collection do you need. Okay, should we read the purpose of second level so you all know what you're supposed to be doing? Okay. Now, you'll notice that as the levels go up, the purpose gets longer, all right? Because we have to say more things. I think when I can't read this without glasses, I'm gonna stop judging. Purpose, to confirm that the horse, having demonstrated that it has achieved the thrust or pushing power required at first level. Remember, pushing means the hind legs can still go a little bit out behind. Now shows that through additional training, it accepts more weight on the hindquarters, in parentheses collection, shows the uphill tendency required at medium gaits, and is reliably on the bit. We changed that when we did the test, we put uphill tendency because we think it's going to come and go a little bit. Okay, we think it's, back in the old days, Gustav Nigli used to tell us judges, collection is collection is collection is collection. And we were like, really? That's interesting. Did you know that? Jesse, did you know that? Yeah, at Grand Prix, it's the same collection as it is a second level. Yeah, well, we didn't buy that, and thank goodness that sort of idea has gone away. So at second level, we expect to see the uphill tendency come and go. We do expect to see a greater degree of straightness, bending, suppleness, throughness, balance, and self-carriage than is required at first level, basically because there is no self-carriage at first level. It's not required. So if you're getting comments from judges that training in first level needs to be more uphill, that's not necessary, that's not true, okay? Because you don't need to be uphill at training in first level. You shouldn't be downhill, okay, tripping on your lips. So perhaps if you're a judge and you've been using that at those two levels, you should talk about balance, okay? Needs a different balance. Okay, so Jesse's cantering. Jesse, stay here on the circle because I'm going to have you do an exercise that we have all come to love at second level. And do you remember when we didn't have simple changes in second level? Now, simple change, let me just tell you the essence of the simple change, Jesse, is canter, walk, canter. Okay? Because I don't think some of you riding second level have read that. Okay, it's just like in third level when it says flying change. I don't think you've read that either. But it's, you know, kind of something we need to think about. So we have, this is more of a, what we call a mechanical movement. And canter, walk, canter, if that's the mechanics of the movement. Then the modifier is going to be a little bit, did the horse stay on the bit? Did the horse stay straight? Did the horse stiffen in the transition? Did the horse get the correct lead or not? So Jesse, can you go down to the other end and do a serpentine of 3 loops with a simple change each time you cross center line. Now, the idea is that you balance the walk steps equally on either side of center line. Good. Now remember, steps and strides are different things. Steps are, just count the front legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, plenty. Okay, now Jesse, go do one where you're going to trot on one end or the other. In other words, go canter, trot, trot, walk. Okay, well, yeah, and now canter. Not a change of lead through the trot, but put a trot step or 2 on one side of the walk. So for me, when I see this with a little bit of trotting on one side, and then she walks, and now she canters, I can still at second level give that a 6. Okay, I know a lot of judges don't. But, you know, the horse is on the bit, the horse is straight, horse has nice gaits, the walk is very clear. So for me, there's enough good things. Okay, now if she took the wrong lead, this time Jesse, go canter, walk, wrong lead. So unfortunately, now that's a 4. Okay, a wrong lead is a wrong lead. That's, you know, she's sunk. If there's no walk at all, like a simple change of lead through the trot, going canter, trot, canter, do that, Jess. There's no walk, again, it's a 4. All right, now if she did that, canter, trot, wrong lead, now she's got a 3. Okay, so you see how we can go down, you know, deciding on how many different mistakes she makes. But again, now can you do it right now that I totally screwed it up? Okay, go down to the other end, thanks. So the good things about the horse is he's got an expressive canter, he's got a nice up and out through the front leg, he's reliably on the bit, the straightness, I don't see any crookedness problems. She prepares, she collects, there's walk, clear walk, into canter. Could that depart be more uphill? Yes. But if I give her an 8, I've taken away 20% of her score. And could the transition down have been a little better? Yes, but if I still give it an 8, good, Jesse, thanks. If I still gave it an 8, I'm still taking away 20% of her score. So then Jesse should come to me and say, Janet, you're so mean. Why did you take away 20% of my score? So I think as judges, we have to be careful that I am seeing the little details, okay? But I'm also saying, you know what, there's so many good things that I need to think about. If I don't give that an 8, you know, what am I gonna do? Should I insult the Midwest? No. I'll just insult my own state. What would I do in Colorado, okay, if I saw something awful? So, you know, that was still good, and it's second level, okay? This is not Grand Prix. So, as judges, we need to look at the big picture and then notice the small details. If you, as a judge, start picking the small details apart too much, your score is only going to be too low, okay? So be careful with that. Okay, so we're going to do the shoulder into renvers, okay? And then you're going to watch and decide what you want to fix.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so let's pick up our trot, Amy and Jess, and let's use this long side over here. And one at a time, can you do the shoulder into renvers? Now, Hilda and I, when actually I wrote this test for second level test 3, and then the committee liked it so much they decided to use it as second 4. And Hilda and I originally thought that we would be nice and give you a long time to prepare and change directions, and then most of you did your shoulder in only to V and then changed to renvers, which made it very difficult. So we took that transition score out this time. And then Jesse, don't forget to finish the exercise at H, okay? Let's do it one more time, Jess. So Amy's horse could have a little more balance, the angle's varying, pulls a little low, so 6 on the shoulder in. I'd give her a 7 on the renvers. She was able to maintain the angle and the bend, but what would have made it a higher score is a little bit more uphill balance. We'll look at Jess's. Angle is secure, 7. Renvers small, 7. Overall, the horse needs a little more activity, a little more cadence, a little more oomph, okay? So circle, and can we do travers? Now, haunches in, the biggest issue that we see, shoulder, and I can tell you, is that angle varies. That's probably the most common thing, is the rider can't control the angle. Just do one shoulder in with pulling the neck in. This is the other favorite. Okay, everyone see that? That is wrong. Okay, just turn and do one more. If you think about riders as you're riding, keep the outside ear in front of your outside hand. Haunches in. Just do one more shoulder in next time coming, and just do a good one. Amy, go ahead, do one more shoulder in. So if the rider's body is in the correct place, the shoulder, elbow, hand, and the horse's ear should be the same. And I think everybody thinks you need more bend. And the more bend you have, the more they fall on that outside shoulder. Now just getting a little bit of tilting, which is another common problem. Okay. So haunches in, the biggest thing we see, I think, is not enough angle, or the horse is too straight and it's a leg yield and the front legs are crossing. So Amy, you do one haunches in. Just do like a head to the wall leg yield. Now I think Amy's forehand could be a little bit more coming straight down the track. It looks a little bit like the shoulders fell a bit to the outside. Okay, now you can see for sure with Jesse's haunches in that the front legs are clearly crossing. It's harder to see over here than it is over there. Okay, now you both get to do really good ones. Excellent ones. So in travers, the forehand basically goes straight down the track. That way. The front legs don't cross. Turn the shoulders a little more to the right, Amy. There you go. Turn the shoulders to the right. That's it. See, he doesn't want to bring his haunches in as much when you make it hard. But you see the balance gets better when she gets the shoulders up? I'm not a big haunches in fan, are you?
No.
No. Put some right on their shoulders. Okay, a medium trot, girls. Let's go. KXM. The medium trot's the trot that comes the most off the ground. We want to think about, oh, could I make passage out of that trot? Okay, it has to be elastic. It has to be airy, springy. All of those words. Extended trot's the trot that goes the most over the ground. Okay, so Amy you had some good steps in there, but not quite consistent enough. Now Justice Horse stayed in the same tempo and was elastic, but it was sort of boring. Let's do one more across the diagonal. So I wouldn't use the word boring on her test. because I'd be written up by the Federation. So I would use the word powerless, okay, because I think that gives her a good connotation.